O'Sullivan, our drones have found something. Take a look.
Some kind of cloak. I can't make out a thing. Switch to VisV 24, high angle. Banished engineers. Alert the captain. Whatever they're doing, we need to get down there, fast.
Vaughn, you and Boomerang Company are good to go.
Acknowledge, Spirit of Fire. And how do we go, Hell Jumpers?
We go feet first. And that makes 200 drops.
I'll bake you a cake when we get back, Quinn. In the meantime, we need a visual on what the Banished are up to.
The enemy's operation site is dead ahead, but there's some kind of cloaking field in the way.
To disable that cloaking field, we're gonna need more info about what's going on here. Spirit of Fire says the Banished could be using Forerunner tech to hide their operation down there. Let's go see if they're right. Time for a tour, Hell Jumpers.
Boomerang Company, this is Spirit of Fire. The captain has authorized India Company to reinforce your team.
Roger that, Spirit of Fire. Move out, Hell Jumpers. We're gonna need those extra guns.
Hello everybody and welcome to the first mission of my Halo Wars 2 Legendary Walkthrough Guide for the first DLC, Operation Spearbreaker. This is going to be Gatecrashers, and we're immediately going to get our 2 leader powers. We're going to get Healing and the Scatter Bomb. They're going to be kind of like your staples for this mission, and we're just going to completely bypass that Controller Sentinel. Just keep on going until you get the Hellbringers that are going to come up right here. Now, the cool thing is that with your ODSTs, you do a lot of damage. Unfortunately, your ODSTs kind of, you don't really get Spartans for the rest of this, but the cool thing is that your ODSTs heal themselves, and they actually do quite a bit of damage. They burst people down really easily, and they have a really cool EMP attack that you can just like target things with. So we're going to target this Controller Sentinel with it. It's going to do like, I would say 1/4% of their health. So there you go. And we're not going to really be able to use our Hellbringers here, so we're just going to move them until the Wolverines show up. Now, when the Wolverines show up, this is what we're going to be actually using for a good portion of this mission, is a good Wolverine counter to take out all the air units. So later on, we're going to get some Mantis, and we're going to be using those Mantis to kind of supplement our Wolverines. So later on, when we start building our base, we're going to just get everything going from there. Now, you're going to want to definitely pick up the supplies from this these supply silos, but before you do that, you're going to want to turn on the hologram, and then we have a cutscene coming up in a moment.
Destroyed an enemy building.
We'll answer to Atriox. Next, Colony has new orders for us. Our engineers have activated the cloaking field over our operations site using the nearby control towers. Our orders are to hold fast and stop the control sentinels from taking back the control towers. The cloaking field must remain activated to keep our operation hidden from the humans. We have reports of possible human activity nearby. They must not breach the cloaking fields. Failure will not be tolerated.
Quick, while it's distracted by the hologram, hit it from behind.
Alright, now that we have control over our units again, we're going to take all of our units other than the Hellbringers. The Hellbringers are going to target down those silos. And we're just going to do exactly what we've been doing with these Controller Sentinels, and using the decoy to take out, to let it distract the Controller Sentinel so we can hit it from behind. So once we finish taking out that Controller Sentinel, you're going to grab all these resources, head over to the teleporting pad, and then you're going to wait for it to turn on so you can go over to the next location. Now, you're going to have the Holo Decoy ability. It's going to be really useful when you start to take out the Controller Sentinels. I don't know what they're doing with that little dance there, but the Holo Decoy is going to be really nice later on when we start fighting Controller Sentinels. And even the Retriever. The Retriever is going to be pretty nice too. So, you're going to send your Hellbringers to go take out the main base, and then you're going to put one Marine in each of those garrison, and then you're going to take your ODSTs to take out that turret. Now, your Wolverines are going to go grab the supplies over here, and they're going to also send them back to go help out those Hellbringers to take out that base. So there's kind of a lot of stuff that you're doing. You're kind of multitasking, and you're also wanting to make sure that you're keeping an eye on your Marines here, because you do not want the Controller Sentinel to take out your Marines here. Keeping those Marines right there is super important for the, I would say, the first half of this mission. Now you're going to toss that turret down immediately, and then you're going to just immediately just keep going. You're going to bring your ODSTs to the to basically where the Tower B is, and you're going to just try to take out that very first one slot mini base. That way you can get another generator. The early part of this mission is just a lot of trying to get your resources as fast as you possibly can. So I always lead with my ODSTs. The ODSTs have insane range and they do a lot of damage. So just let them cook, let them do the thing, and then your Hellbringers and your Wolverines kind of just sit at your base. They're not really going to do much. Your Marines will provide a majority of your base defense for right now until you can get turrets up. Keeping an eye on our ODSTs, so just in case they do get hit, we want to make sure that we're able to use our restoration drones to make sure that they're better. Now we're going to send all of our forces down south to go help out our friendlies there. I'm going to try to see if we can just like bring our Hellbringers somewhere, but looks like they're just going to kind of chill out here. Come on, just want the Hellbringers. There we go. All right, just going to send the Wolverines over to take out those elite rangers, and that's why we also moved our Hellbringers back, because I didn't want them to get countered. Now when you get your base, it's going to be pretty easy to set it up. Generator for supply pad, kind of how it's always been, and then you're going to pick the back left and the front, whatever direction it is. You're just going to choose the diagonal and just put 2 turrets there, because the other 2 slots are going to be for siege turrets, and you're going to want to definitely put the siege turret in the top left of that slot, as well as the front right. So for right now, it's just going to be a lot of just waiting, getting your base built up, kind of like the normal stuff. And you're going to have these ODSTs here doing basically just taking out this 1 slot mini base so we can get a generator on that. Once that mini base is destroyed, we're going to take our ODSTs. We're going to bring up our Wolverines to make sure that we still have sight on that base plot. We're going to bring our ODSTs up here to grab that generator. Now we're just going to build that mini base, just bring our Wolverines back to base, because that was the entire point of them being there. And you're going to come up here and you're going to see this large engagement going on between the Sentinels and the Banished. Now the only thing that you should be doing here is taking out this Reaver. Other than that, kind of just vibe. Wait for the Sentinels to kind of like help you out. It's not going to be essentially the Banished are going to get destroyed by the Sentinels, and you're going to want to make sure that you are there to take that generator as fast as you possibly can. Because, again, we want to be able to upgrade to our tier 2 base as fast as we can. So, notice back here at our base, everything is doing fine. We have that turret right here up front. Later on, you're going to upgrade your turrets to all anti-air, because you want to make sure that you're handling the controller Sentinels, which do a lot more damage than pretty much any Banished unit. Now, there's going to be another generator that you're going to be wanting to take just diagonal, I would say just northeast of Controller Tower A. So you're going to want to grab that generator as well. There are 3 generators on this map. And the third one is where you find India Company's Wolverines. I was trying to remember what the name of it was. But a lot of this mission is really just consistently doing something. You're not going to sit here at your base, wait for something. You're going to make sure that you are always, as I said, doing something. We're going to definitely get remote sensors later on, but for now we're going to use our 3rd leader point to get upgraded restoration drones.
Generator upgrade complete.
Now, just waiting to get more power, getting supply pad upgrades. So you want to make sure that you're getting resources. This is the part here where you're going to probably just send your Hellbringers up. Help them take out the, dang, that was kind of unnecessary for that. And then they just toss engineers on top of 1 chopper, like, whatever, I don't care. But basically, at this point, your goal here is to get a Mantis Wolverine army, while also getting some Nightingales for support. So, right here, I decided to toss down an EMP. Unfortunately, I missed the chopper, but luckily, I was able to get it to go into the Marines. So, there is that. Looks like my Hellbringers are getting wrecked, but I'm not necessarily like heartbroken about that, because I didn't really want, like, I need as much population as I can, and I don't want Hellbringers, honestly. Like, this is supposed to be a mech matchup, and I don't want, like, The only thing that I want that is infantry are the 2 Marines, and they're there for defense. So they're serving their purpose. I thought those ODSTs weren't doing any damage, but they are, so they're fine. Now we can get a tier 2 base, so definitely grab that. That way we can start actually getting an armory and vehicle depot. Almost freaking got nuked by my own thing.
Local units.
From this point, after you defend your mini base, you're going to start heading over to the other 1-slot mini base. There's only 2 of them on the other side, next to control point D. So you're just going to make sure that you're careful. You're not just like mindlessly going over. You want to keep an eye on these ODSTs, because there's a lot of enemies between you and control point D. So just make sure that you're keeping an eye out and not going anywhere near controller sentinels, but you can try to path around any sentinels, and it's okay. I think the ODSTs will do fine against the Banished forces. Just make sure that you are aware of where your ODSTs are and what they're doing. Trying to see if we could take out this Reaver. But also notice back when we were at the base, I built 2 siege turrets. Those are going to be very, very important for you in terms of your base defense. Alright, as soon as you have your armory, you're going to get your first 2 upgrades, Fortify level 1 and Logistics level 1, because those upgrades are going to be kind of like the cheapest ones that you want to get at first, because we're also going to be getting the first tech upgrades for our Mantis and vehicle. So that way our vehicles are being scaled properly against the enemy, which are probably already sitting at tier 3. So with your ODSTs, you're just going to try to beeline it over to the 1-slot mini base. It is honestly just directly south of control point D. So if you were to walk up to control point D, move your camera directly underneath that garrison, the one that you see in the frame, you'll see this 1-slot mini base right here. And with this 1-slot mini base, you're going to want to build an air pad, because what we're going to do is we're going to build Nightingales out of that one and make sure that we're getting all of our tech. So we're going to get the missile and shield requisition, and then just start getting Mantis churned out as soon as we get vehicle level 1. Don't want to get our Mantises killed, because they're not going to be able to. The Mantis doesn't really have a lot of health. It's a general all-purpose vehicle. So you're going to want to make sure that it's protected. Now, you can put your ODSTs inside of this garrison. They'll just sit here, take out that base. In the meantime, again, just keep an eye on your base. You're definitely want to make sure that you're not going to just get swarmed by a bunch of marauders or like a bunch of vehicles coming from the Banished. So you just want to make sure that you're ready in any case they do start to attack. So, waiting for vehicle level 1, of course. So my I kind of have a ratio that I was trying to do for my Mantis to Wolverine, and that was 2 to 1. So you're gonna want 2 Mantis for every 1 Wolverine. And then what you're gonna want to do is for every for that 2 to 1 ratio, you're gonna want to have 1 Nightingale for that. So the Mantis shouldn't be that much of a problem, because they do get shields. They will be like super overpowered later on, and they also have mech overcharge, which makes them even more ridiculously strong. So overall it's kind of like good. Notice again the 2 to 1. Now right here we're gonna get mech overcharge with our 4th point, and then we're gonna build that air pad just like I said. And here's that kind of attack from the Marauders here. Lucky for us, the Banished don't really use a lot of their abilities, or they're scaled way back. Like, notice how they called their glassy beam on top of my 1 Mantis. So it's kind of, you're not really gonna have to worry about the enemy leader powers, because they're not really that overpowered. Now these Goliaths right here are optional objectives. You'll get quite a bit of points for taking them out. You need to take out 2. There's 1 at each Banished base. We're going to destroy all the Banished base. We're going to clear out all the enemies. And it's going to be... like, honestly, this mission is really just getting your force built up. It's going to be a slow start to get your forces built up. But as soon as you do that, you're going to be able to clear this map really fast, which is why I've been like consistently doing something on the map that I, for example, we're going to go get that second hologram right now with these ODSTs, so I'm going to put them in that garrison, and they're just going to be able to do a thing. So now we're going to get vehicle level 2 soon, just making sure that I can get, yeah, we're just going to do it. We're going to definitely wait for air level 1. So unfortunately, this is the only time where my my ODSTs will die, is because I left them there, left them hanging. I was looking somewhere else. I thought that they could handle it. Unfortunately, I was wrong, but they did a pretty good job, considering that it was just those ODSTs. But now we're getting to the point where for us to do any other upgrades, we need base level 3, and that's going to come up as soon as we have the resources for it. But yeah, this strategy, not really that crazy. We're going to move these Marines up to basically a forward position. We're going to keep the Marines holding the point close to Control Tower A. We're going to keep them there because they help our turret. And yeah, so far so good. The reason why we also keep the Marines at Control Point A and Control Point B is because once we're finished clearing the map of all these enemies, what we're going to do is we're going to just take our Marines wherever they're currently at, take the control points, move them to the next 2 control points, and then send the ODST to the final one. So what that will look like is going to be, you'll see later on. I would recommend going to about the 35-minute marker if you guys want to see how that is. If you guys just want to skip like this entire like base building, macroing up kind of deal. Doing pretty good. Just checking my 2-to-1 ratio. It looks like I'm about there. Yeah. So thinking about getting another Wolverine, but I'm considering getting a Nightingale. Trying to see how many Nightingales I have. 5. I don't know. But yeah, I was going over here to check my ODSCs, and lo and behold, they're dead. So the only time that my hero goes down, by the way. So it's unfortunate, but I have such a large force now that I'm not even worried. I'm just gonna send them out, even at their current level. I believe their tier levels 2. But hey, here's a little glassing beam. You're gonna want to pull back as fast as you can. This is the part. This is the reason why we also got what is it called? The restoration drones level 2, so that way they can heal that kind of damage. Here we go. Gonna get away from those controller sentinels. So far so good. Looking at that vehicle level 2, almost have the ability to get base level 3, so we can get those other upgrades, which is gonna be really cool because the Gauss requisition pack for the Mantis just makes them stupid overpowered. Not to mention they look really cool shooting blue beams out of their arms. I'm gonna try to see if we can get to this, get these Nightingales in on this fight. There we go, tier level 3. Everything is locked up, so we're kind of like scaling as we're going. I believe even my air is level 2, I believe, but I'm not 100% sure. But definitely gonna want to start getting our forces ready. We're gonna put our ODSCs inside of the garrison again. That way they don't take a lot of damage, and the Nightingales are gonna be a little bit more efficient with them. But notice again, the Wolverines are doing the job that they should be, taking out the air, and the Mantis are kind of tanking everything, which is really, really nice. Alright, so after you take out all these Sentinels, you're going to go over to the holo projector, try to pick up any resources that you can, and then just click on it, activate the terminal, and there you go. That's one of the holo projectors down. There's another one, and that's going to be south, basically just west of the, what is it called? West of Control Tower E. I'm going to get the Gauss, get Fortify level 3, Gauss and Designator, yeah, why not? Again, I want my Mantis to be really good. Overpowered moment. And again, like, we're just waiting to get all of our stuff all set up before we start taking out the Banished bases. That little marauder doesn't know what's about to hit him.
All units.
The enemies are not really that, like, insane either, honestly. Like, this is supposed to be like you going up against Colony, which is one of the Banished leaders. And honestly, Colony is kind of weak. Like, I'm looking at all of his units. I don't know, but, like, this is probably one of the, I like this mission. It's really, really fun, though. Like, you get Mantis, like, just running around, have mech overcharge, and they just go completely bananas, and they just... It's a really fun mission. Even though it's a kind of a mission that we've done, like, 3 times before, right? There are 2 Phoenix Logs on this mission. There's going to be one right where you find the Wolverines. For India Company, they are going to be in the basically in the dead center, just directly south of C. And then there was one right up here in the top left, so... They're pretty close together. There's only 2 Phoenix Logs. I'm gonna get Logistics level 3. Can get probably Mech Overcharge. Yeah, Mech Overcharge too. Vehicle level 3. And then Logistics level 3. But not Vehicle level 3 yet. I decided to, like, be able to get our forces back first. And again, this is... Nightingales are a lifesaver. They make, I mean, no pun intended. No pun intended. Basically, whenever the Banished do anything to you, you're able to counter it really easily and effectively with your Nightingales. Now, we're going to use Hollow Decoy. We're going to try to give this a shot. Now, as soon as you get those Hollow, you're going to just send them all in against, you're going to keep your real, quote-unquote, real forces back, and then you're going to send all your forces to stay behind. That way you're able to take out the controller sentinels as soon as you see them. Alright. So now notice how good that our hollow projectors are doing. Now we're able to just go behind this controller sentinel, kill it, and it's pretty easy. Now we will not rescue here's that Phoenix Log that I was talking about. We will not rescue those Wolverines quite yet. Those Wolverines do not come out till the very end when we fight the Retriever Sentinel. The reason why is we want to make sure that we hit 120. If we can hit 120 population, so full reinforcements level 3, everything, what we want is to have even more. So, like, when we go rescue India Company Nightingale, when we go rescue these Wolverines, we want to make 100% sure that we can have as many forces with us as possible, because we're going to have at some point 10 Wolverines, 10 Mantis, and then 6 Nightingale, which is going to be really nice for us, because we're going to be super overpowered. Now, the one thing that does counter your entire thing are Hunters. However, Nightingales are there for a reason. They're there to handle this kind of punishment. Now, the one thing that you will want to be aware of are enemies that can take out your Nightingales. So you'll want to make sure that you take down Reavers as fast as you can. Now, clearing out some of these enemies.
Reinforcements level 2 researched.
There we go. Got reinforcements level 2. We lost quite a bit of forces there. Actually, I lost 1 Mantis. Gonna get an air pad there. Get another Mantis out on the field. Lost several Nightingales. And they also stole one of my freaking generators, so it's not really that fun. So I have to recapture it, but whatever. Just seeing what we need. Definitely gonna need a Nightingale. We're gonna need more Nightingales, so gotta go over here. And they're also not tech level 3. And we can get 2 more Mantis right here. We can get air level 3 there. And there we go. We have all full population. As soon as all those forces are, as soon as we get everything, we're basically just going to start taking out enemy bases. And we're going to start with control point D. We're going to take them out first. Other than that, we're just kind of sitting here waiting around. They're trying to take another generator. Watch this garbage. There it is. So we're just going to send all of our forces to go to make sure that they don't take that. It's really dumb that we have to, that they're doing this.
Mantis under attack from enemy vehicles.
But again, Mantis overpowered.
Hostile neutralized.
Just like Reaver jump is really dumb. Enemy just uses that as like their way to get out of everything.
Under assault from enemy troops, Need support. Our base is under attack.
Okay.
Local units.
We're basically about ready to start wreaking havoc on this map.
Let's go for a walk.
Yeah, we're about to go on the attack. So, when you have everything, feel free to just launch, to basically just be super aggressive. And again, Nightingale here. Now, when you get here, this base is actually really difficult to fight. It's the harder base of the two because they'll toss you. You won't be able to micro out of their base because they toss down the barricade. But also, not only that, their turrets are anti-vehicle. So you need to make sure that you are targeting the turrets, not the base itself. If you target the base, you're going to lose your forces pretty quickly. And again, you need to maintain sustained DPS on this base. Even with this glassy beam that they tossed down on me, I was still able to hold out. But imagine if that was only because they really had one turret left shooting at me. If they did that to me with all four, I probably would have lost like 20 to 30 of my population right there. And that would have been a lot of wasted time. Now, as you start to do damage to this base, enemies will start to drop. They're going to drop reinforcements to defend this base. Unfortunately for them, you are literally you are going to be able to do so much damage. Like they're just going to drop things off, and you're going to be able to take it out really easily. So don't even worry. Got a Wolverine loss, so we're going to replace it. We need to like prevent this because I'm currently cut off right now. I need to make sure that I can take out these barricades. There we go. Now once you are ready, finish taking out this base, and there you go. You got your second base, and then pretty much as soon as you take out this base, you're going to get told to go rescue the India Company Nightingale, and you're going to head on down close to Control Tower E, and you're going to rescue that Nightingale. There we go. There's Warlord going to tell you about like Colony being all mad at you or something. Toss down some scatter bomb for no reason other than I wanted to protect that base. Not ready to take control of point D yet, so we're gonna have to kind of keep up front. Destroy this barricade. So here you go. You have India Company's Nightingale. Once you get that, you're gonna book it over there because you only have 5 minutes to rescue this Nightingale. So you're not gonna get distracted. Just head straight over there. Honestly, you're gonna definitely want to have extra heals. It's just gonna be a fact. Another leader point. Good point to probably get remote sensors. So yeah, and once we got remote sensors, look at all the those grunt squads right there. But we're gonna go rescue the India Company Nightingale. After we rescue India Company Nightingale, we're gonna go rescue India Company Wolverines, and then after that, we're gonna take out the second Banished base in the basically just directly south of Control Tower B, and then pretty much after that, it's just destroy the Retriever Sentinel. Well, we have to, of course, get the control towers, but after that, it's Retriever Sentinel time. But yeah, not extremely like crazy. Just like this isn't under the dark level of craziness. This is just kind of like your average run of the mill. But just like I'm not doing anything like I'm not doing some crazy micro. I'm just doing what I need to do. Like kind of just like set your mind to what you like. Set your mind to a strategy and just kind of go through with it. And this strategy is probably the best one that works out. You could technically go air. You could go like Hornet, Vulture, Nightingale. Like that wouldn't be that bad. Maybe that would actually be better than this mech thing. I just know that I like Mantis, so kill Mantis. Don't kill Mantis, but when you go in, you're gonna want to mech overcharge. Good micro away from that glass beam, and then you're just going to target down any enemy that is shooting at you that is actually like an infantry or something like that. Don't target the base yet, because there's going to be a lot of enemies around here, and you also still have that Goliath right there. So once you take out all the enemies in the area, that's when you can start taking out these turrets. And this time they are anti-air, so they will do a lot of damage to your Nightingales. So make sure that you are taking them out. Lost one of my Wolverines. Not the end of the world. Gonna want to make sure that I replenish them with the Nightingales in the middle. Not the Nightingales, the Wolverines. Almost ready with taking out, so kind of pushing up really quick. That Reaver just said, nuh-uh, you can leave me alone. That Goliath is somehow still alive. We're definitely gonna have to take it out. Let's see if we can take this. The colony's pretty cool, not gonna lie. But that's all the holo projectors. All you have to do is activate them. You kill both Goliaths right here. You technically get both of those objectives done pretty early, or not. You finish them together. Scatter bomb for fun. I knew that they were going to scatter like that. It's kind of crazy that they're able to actually do that, considering that there is literally no way possible that you'd be able to do that, even on a mouse and keyboard. Like that's crazy. Siege tank, another turret. Just start getting everything nice and ready up. So once you take both bases, you're going to want to fortify. So once you fortify your bases, then you can actually just go through with the rest of the plan, which is get all the control towers. Gotta save this base though. After we repel this attack, we'll just start grabbing control towers. There we go. Now I can just start sending all my forces over there. Well, actually, first things first, we gotta make sure that we take those Wolverines.
I'm under attack from ground troops. Over.
I think I'm fine. Gonna build at this base, build a garage and an air pad, and that way you just have a little bit more macro. I don't think we lose much more after this, so I'm not like, build whatever you want at your second base. I'm just saying, like, my recommendation is to macro up a little heavier. And here I'm just like upgrading things for no reason, since I have like a ton of money.
Firebase constructed.
Got another firebase ready. Upgrades, people, upgrades. Gotta get them all. Gotta collect all the upgrades. Gonna get grenade throw there. Mini frag launcher, sure, why not? Money's cheap at this point. Gonna get that turret. You're gonna want to make sure you have both of these turrets, by the way. Let's grab those Wolverines. We're just about ready to start this fun. Come on. Gonna get these Marines out of here, take control tower B, these Marines out of here, go to control tower A. And something that you need to be aware of is the moment you start taking it, like the moment you successfully take a control tower, the enemy Banished will send a lot of forces at you to kind of take those tower points back. Like, notice how here they're going after control tower D. I'm gonna send my ODSTs to go take control tower C. So that's 3 of the 5 points already. And then after the Marines take that point, what they do is they go take D, and then the ones that are currently on B go take E. Now here is where I said earlier on where you would want to upgrade your turrets to anti-air. This is that part. So make sure that you are upgrading them all, because you're going to get a bunch of Sentinels that are going to attack your base. And we want to make sure that we have enough defenses while we're taking out the Retriever Sentinel to be able to keep our base fortified. Which is why we do the anti-air. Now, looking at this right now, we'll just send those Marines over there. Get the turret right here. Just making sure that this base is okay. Finish upgrading these turrets. Alright, now I'm just making sure we're going to get Grizzly Battalion, because Grizzlies are cool too. Now, my Nightingales were getting attacked by the that controller Sentinel. So this is that other part right here. Toss a hologram. Just try to see if you could distract this this controller sentinel. See if the other controller sentinel will budge, and ultimately the goal is for it to turn around, right? So that way you can do the most damage to it. You won't be able to do much damage to it from the front, and you also do not want to stand directly underneath it because it is doing a little like glassing beam underneath it. So just make sure that you are being careful whenever you are fighting a controller sentinel. But after you take out these final 2 controller sentinels, you have eliminated basically all of them, and then we can go take out the final bit of enemies at Control Tower E. So my Marines actually got absolutely destroyed by those sentinels there, but thankfully I have a bunch of forces coming in. Those Wolverines just destroyed that Spirit dropship, so really good for us. So long as you kind of like go about this strategy in the right way, Wolverines and these Mantises with Nightingales reinforcing, basically like you're gonna have a high combat score, and you're gonna make sure that you get that gold medal on this mission. Now, the other bonus objective on this mission that I kind of just didn't want to do was you have to lure Sentinels to Banished buildings. You have to destroy 5 of them with Sentinels sent by you, basically. But the other one was you have to get the enemy controller Sentinels have to kill 10 of your hollow decoys. So that one's we tried. We already eliminated all the controller Sentinels. There's no way that we will be able to get any more. However, like, you could go to your last save, or every single time that you go to a controller Sentinel, just like send all your weak units after it and just toss a hollow decoy. That could work out too. So it's whatever you want to do.
Support drone researched.
We don't really need all this economy, but like, I have all this money. I don't see why not.
Command center upgrade complete.
And screw it, a barracks and an air pad. Why not? Checking out everything. Control Tower E is almost done. Control Tower D is almost done. And then once that's done, we're gonna just hit the button, turn on the Retriever Sentinel, and we'll be basically trying to finish up this mission. And we do a lot of damage to that Retriever Sentinel. It's gonna be easy peasy to take out those the Retriever Sentinel. It's kind of a pain because it's like how you would fight Decimus. Like it'll go invincible for a bit, and then you have to kill its adds, and then do more damage to it, kill more of its adds, do more damage to it, kill more of its adds. You do that quite a bit for this one. But now once we activate the terminal, you're going to want to get ready to micro away from it. But that's why we built all those turrets at the very front in the middle area right there. So that way we are able to micro all of our forces back. So we're going to micro them back to our turrets. Make sure your turrets are anti-air if they aren't already. That Retriever Sentinel tried to like wipe out my entire army with one blast.
Local units.
All right. Now when you micro back far enough and it's out, you're going to be able to do a lot of damage to it right here. Mech Overcharge definitely is going to be something you're going to want to use here. You could wait for the final bit, but notice how much damage we just did to it. And now this is the part right here where you will want to fall back, get out of its little swarm area, because that swarm will do damage to you. Gonna try to fall back, have my units back off. Those turrets are there for extra help if you need it, so pull back if you need to. Once you take out its adds, you can immediately go back in and start fighting that Retriever Sentinel. Alright, once you get that next swarm, pull back, get out of its range, and get ready to fight the next wave of adds. Toss down some scatter bombs, why not? There we go. We're right about to be able to handle these Aggressor Sentinels. Alright, once the Aggressor Sentinels are removed, you can take out the, you can start doing damage again to the Retriever Sentinel. And once you do a lot of damage like that, you do another swarm. Gonna get Restoration Drones level 3 here. Toss it down because just in case. Yeah, I also lost a Nightingale, so definitely want to keep that. Well, much nicer dealing with the Retriever Sentinel in this mission than when you basically had nothing in the actual like legendary campaign. That was rough. But here you go. You take out the Retriever Sentinel. That is basically it. You don't really have to do anything else. You just kind of walk around. You could go take out these enemies if you want. But in a few moments, you're going to get this cutscene here. And that's the first mission of the Operation Spearbreaker DLC on Legendary difficulty. I hope you guys liked this video. If you guys did, please like, subscribe, comment, and share. Let me know what you guys thought of the strategy. Let me know if there's anything else I can do to better make these videos. There you go. There's that gold medal. 304,800 is your score. All you needed was a measly 160,000. We did about 5.5 minutes better than par time. If you really want to get these two bonus ones, I would recommend doing it on probably normal or heroic difficulty. Legendary is just kind of a pain. But if you're just trying to get this for the fun of it, I would recommend doing it as is. But until next time, guys, I'll see you guys for Not On My Watch.